Hello everyone, welcome back to Optimize FPL. We're going to be taking a look back at Game Week 20, the decision to triple captain, see what we're doing for Game Week 21. Just look at all the results, see how we did, and look forward to the future. Let's get into it. So the triple captain wasn't a total waste. Haaland did end up getting his goal, which was fantastic. It was unfortunate that it had to come against Tottenham. That was very difficult to watch as a Tottenham fan, but it is what it is. At this point, I don't even know if I care anymore. Like, they play so bad, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about my FPL team, which at this point I care more about. Haaland getting 8 points. Not, like I said, not fantastic for a triple captain. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just happy that he didn't blank in both games. We'll see. That might come back to haunt me, but I'm not too upset about it. Overall, the team did like okay. Rashford doing pretty well. Shaw getting 4 points, which is nice. Trippier getting 9 points, as he always scores. We were kind of lucky that Cucurella had to come off for Bueno. It would have been even luckier if White came on for him instead. Ederson was definitely disappointing, letting in 2 goals in both of the games that he played, and only getting 2 points from a double game week. And we have Kepa on the bench getting 10 points from one game week against Crystal Palace. Um, Pretty frustrating there. And then Martial didn't play the second game, came off in like the 50th minute or something like that, or halftime. I don't even know, in the Man City game. He just wasn't up to scratch. He's not feeling well. It sounds like he's injured. He's probably not going to play the next couple game weeks. So he's definitely the number one concern on my team. The number two concern is definitely Cucurella, and the number three is Mason Mount. The rest of the team I think looks fine. I think everybody um, is decent enough to keep in the team, and is still playing well enough that I think that they're worth keeping. Like even Martinelli, he hasn't done necessarily great in the last couple weeks, but I think that his team looks good. Same with Ederson. I'd say like even the Man City defense has not looked fantastic, but just because they haven't looked fantastic doesn't mean I'm going to start ripping apart my team to get them out. The players I need to rip up to get my team out, or get rip apart my team to get them out of it, is Martial. Mount eventually, even Mount is not someone that's necessarily like 100% I have to get rid of. It's just somebody that it would be like almost like a luxury transfer, maybe in a couple of game weeks, to get rid of. But yeah, 73 points, not too bad. I think we projected for about like, I think it was like 60 or 70 points, so it wasn't too much worse. I want to talk about next game week. Try to look forward to the future. We did end up rising the ranks a very small amount to 1.4 million, but still, it's definitely not going our way this year. It's not looking good. But we have just hit the halfway point, so we still have another half of the season left. So maybe we can turn it around. I hope we can. Let's look to see what we can do to turn it around. So I've gone a little bit early with my move, and I can see now that it could come back to bite me. Don't get me wrong; it's a lot of money in the bank. I decided to take Martial out for Ganato. I believe that's how you say his name. He has been absolutely fantastic for Leeds. Everything that I've seen online is suggesting that he is basically a nailed-on starter for Leeds. Even with Bamford coming back into play and all, like it seems like Leeds do actually have a lot of players in that type of forward winger position. But Ganato apparently, from what I've seen, has just been playing absolutely fantastic. He's playing 90 minutes for the past, like I think, like 6 games. So he's looked really, really good for 5 million. He looks really good, and also the fact is that he is, as if Man United get a double next week, so does Leeds. So realistically, Ganato is most likely to have a double next week in game week 22. Same with Rashford and Shaw, and Martial. Yeah, he might have a double next week, but who cares if he's not playing? Like Wakers is in, and he played against whoever it was, Crystal Palace, I think. And Martial still not in training right now. Will he be back for the game week 22? That'd be awesome if he is, but I'm not willing to take that risk. And his price is potentially going to go down again. I'm just not willing to screw around with my prices anymore. Even though I do have a lot in the bank, don't get me wrong. I don't want to lose anymore because I do want to eventually bring in Kane. I think the triple premium is looking pretty good, especially with how many value players are this season, and the defense is just looking absolutely terrible for any returns from any of the good teams. So this is what the team will look like for next week. The only other player I'm thinking about taking out is Cucurella for potentially Botman, but with the potential game week 25 blank for Newcastle, I worry that it's just not worth bringing him in, because if I bring him in 21, it's a -4 right there, and then by game week 25, I'm probably only going to have like maybe one free transfer. So because all the other transfers are basically locked in at this point. I don't plan on changing anything else. So game week 22, I'm not really planning on doing any transfers. Maybe I'll bring in a Man United player for Mount instead. But they're playing Fulham at home. It just doesn't seem like it's really worth it. But they are playing Crystal Palace at home, and they'd be playing, I believe, Leeds either away or home. I'm not sure exactly which one, but I just don't really see the point taking Mount out. Maybe you could take him out for like Fernandez, because Fernandez has actually been in pretty good form. Where is he? There he is, Fernandez. Then having this triple up for this game week, but I think that would really screw me, because then the next game week I have to get rid of him for Odegaard, because I want Odegaard in for this game week no matter what. So that's why I'm thinking game week 22, just leaving Mount there and just accepting the 2 to 3 points, just getting over it. Maybe taking a point minus point one, but it really doesn't matter to me. Bringing Odegaard in for him, playing Bueno this week, benching Cucurella because I don't trust him at all anymore. Game week 24 is the only week I actually would be playing him, but again, I could easily play Bueno against Bournemouth. It's actually probably more likely that I would do that. This is what the team would look like. I'd bring Kane in, and then game week 25. I do have a couple extra free transfers. I would be taking Cucurella out for Alex Moreno at this point. I think Alex Moreno could potentially be a really good option. I just want an Aston Villa player at this point. If you look at their fixtures, they look really good. Everton, Crystal Palace, West Ham, Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest in their next 6, sorry. I just think they look really good. I think Emery has definitely started to make them play a little bit better as well. So hopefully defensively they can start pulling it together. But yeah, that's what this team would look like, because I do worry that Man United and Newcastle probably are most likely going to miss this game week. There's probably going to be a blank for both of them. So even if I did have Botman, I guess I could take him out for another defender. But I really don't even see any teams worth getting players from defensively. It's so random at this point, the distribution and the variance of teams keeping clean sheets, that I just don't even know who I'd want. Like, really, the only teams I want are Man City, I want Arsenal, and I want Newcastle, and I want United. Those are like the four teams that I would be willing to get in defense. So I don't even see the point in getting anybody else in these game weeks other than those players. And if Man United and Newcastle are both going to blank, what is even the point in bringing them in? I'm just going to take them out eventually. And I can't bring any Man City players because I already have Ederson, De Bruyne, and Haaland. And I can't bring any Arsenal players in because I've got White, Martinelli, and Odegaard. That's the problem with these teams, that they're so good going forward, Arsenal and Man City, that there's no point getting the defense, but they're the only defenses that I really kind of trust. So it's really a catch-22. But I'm definitely more willing to put money into their forwards than I am into their defense. But yeah, and then Newcastle and United, like I said, I'd love to bring in defenders for these teams, but I just don't see them being worth it, because if they're going to blank, then it's just not worth it. It's like an 8 point hit to bring them in. Basically, that's the way I'm looking at it. It's basically like, are they worth two transfers? And each transfer is worth 4 points. I know some of them are free, but eventually it does catch up to you. I think there was like some study done by FPL Raptor that basically determines that like each transfer is worth 4 points, even if you don't use it to take a 4 point hit. So yeah, that's the way I'm trying to look at it. I just don't see really the point in bringing anybody else in this week other than Ganato. I think that he's a great bench option. The other player I was thinking about was Ferguson, but again, if I bring in Ferguson, then he could blank as well with Newcastle in game week 25. So if that's already a worry that I have in the future, what's even the point of bringing him this week? I think Ganato, he's going to play this week. He's going to play in game week 22, double game week, and then you can throw him on the bench. 5 million. Who cares? You got 4.5 million in the bank. What is 0.5 million really going to change for me in savings? I don't see it being worth it. It does kind of suck to have to play White and Shaw this week, because Bueno is such a bad fixture and Cucurella has such a bad fixture. Maybe you play Cucurella against instead of like White potentially, but I don't even see the point. I could see that game easily being a 0-0 draw, or potentially like a 1-0. So one of these, but I don't know who's going to win it. So yeah, this is what the team looks like. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Please feel free to like, subscribe. And yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions about your own teams. I love answering questions about other people's teams. It's a really fun one for me. But yeah, anyways, thanks guys. Appreciate your time, and yeah, talk soon. Cheers.